I said, peace, tranquility, roll up the weed and get high. I said, peace, tranquility, roll up the weed and get high. I said, peace, tranquility, roll up the weed and get high. I said, peace, tranquility, roll up the weed and get high. Welcome, 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 welcome. We are back with yet again another episode. I go by the name of Just Yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. I'm with my co-host.
Desmond Bonet. That's pretty much it for right now, man.
Oh,
Fuck Zoom, we back in person. That's what I'm excited for.
Yikes. Boom, boom to Zoom, boom, boom to Zoom. And we are here on another episode of TheyFired Us, presented by the Blue Light Lounge on WTFU Radio. Today, we're excited. We have a lovely guest with us.
Hello.
She is a good, dear friend to us. She is an entrepreneur. She is a business woman.
Yes.
She's an artist. Oh, what else do you do? What else do you do?
I'll do it all, alright? I'll do it all.
Sprinkle that cell phone on it.
Exactly.
Vlogger. What else?
True.
Yes. Beauty, extraordinaire, shall I say? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Give a warm welcome to Choice.
Hola. Hello.
How are you doing
guys?
today?
Oh, my show now.
Take the
Yeah,
floor,
take
over.
Got the question, yeah.
Bang.
Why you ran to the question so fast?
You know what I'm saying? It's your show. Yeah.
Oh,
Your show
okay.
today.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm good. Like, life's good so far. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. You guys good? Y'all chilling?
Considering, yeah.
Corona free.
Yeah.
Corona free, that's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still cool.
Yeah, I haven't touched a Corona bottle since.
I don't drink, so
Yeah, beer's nasty.
My condolences.
I do smoke.
Yeah.
Roll up the weed and get high.
Yes, sir.
What are we doing today?
Yeah.
What's your topics for today?
So today, we thought in our robbery due to this pandemic and the state of emergency to do this episode called Black Women in America.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure whether this is going to be an ongoing series, but we definitely wanted to highlight some of our favorite Black women in America. And we thought in our robbery to have you.
A black woman?
I mean, we're all black, so.
But
Shots.
Nah. Okay.
Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Pose up for me.
I don't know what you're doing. I'm just gonna pose.
Oh, man.
Alright.
And before we start our main topic, we just wanted to continue to give our condolences out to Breonna Taylor, the George Floyd family, everybody who is going through this terrible time.
Elijah McClain.
All of them.
Sad story.
There's so many names out there, and it seems like every single day,
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing another name. Like just now on Instagram a few minutes ago, I seen in Indiana 5 white people were trying to hang a black person. And I guess some other white allies happened to be walking through the park and saw them. In the woods, saw them and stopped them, and it was on online. So it's like every single day there's something happening, and we just want to send our deepest condolences, our sympathy out to those families.
Mm-hmm.
But we also want to thank the protesters. The protesters who are protesting and fighting for our rights, fighting for us to actually have rights. Thank you. Shout outs to you. But yeah.
I wanna I wanna take a quick moment. I don't remember the women's names, but a previous episode, me and Lade spoke about a young black woman getting tossed into
A trash can?
a trash can dumpster and being made fun of and things like that.
Did you hear what happened after?
That's what I'm about to speak of.
Oh, okay.
I don't know their names, but I do want to shout them out because they gave her a makeover,
Mm-hmm.
bought her brand new clothes, fixed her up, and just made her feel real good. When I find out the names, I'll make sure they go down in the description below. But shout out to those, beautiful people, man.
Definitely. Also, all the women who have been dealing with this, whether it's the pandemic, whether it's black on black crime, whether it's racism, whether it's harassment, whether it's any of those things and more. This episode is dedicated to you. We definitely sympathize with you and what you are going through. To all the black women in the struggle who have died, rest in peace. You are in our thoughts and you are in our prayers. Before we start, we still want to do a moment of silence for everybody. It seems like this is a continuing, ongoing thing with this podcast so far. However, it's extremely important to us that we emphasize our support and emphasize, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, but our sympathy. I want to be delicate when I say sympathy, because we know that a lot of people are just doing things for a trend, and we sincerely think we're sincerely thinking about those people and those individuals affected right now. So we're gonna do a moment of silence, and then we're gonna just straight jump into our topic. May their souls rest in peace. May they join our ancestors. And may they continue to protect us on this great land as we fight this crazy struggle.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Moving straight to the main topic on this episode, we decided to take the time out to appreciate and show our love to specifically black women. Due to recent tragic events, as a collective, we believe that black women have not received the credit they deserve. As a result of this, we wanted to dedicate this episode to all black women and women of color, which is why we have...
Go ahead, yeah, I'm turning you on silent. I don't know why you had to pay attention to me. Go ahead.
Which is why we have somebody who's not only a black woman of color, but has amazing talent, drive. From what I can see, just scanning through social media, super motivated in everything that she does. So we felt
Why
like...
you stop? You gassing me up.
So we felt like it was only right to have somebody that we not only know personally, but who inspires. I'm gonna speak for me. Who inspires me without her even knowing, all of the things that she's been doing and stuff like that. So that's the focus for today. Shout out to the black queens. But today is about our guest. So
Yes.
we asked you how you was doing.
I said I was good so far. As good as I can be.
Let me start a tiny bit deep with that. How you doing through everything? Pandemic.
The
riots.
pandemic was low-key a blessing in a weird way. So that's for me.
Explain.
The pandemic made me save so much money.
Bars.
And I had, fortunately for me, I was an essential worker, which is so funny because when I had got fired, I would not have been essential. And I got a job like real quick, real fast, and I ended up still having a job.
The next day, right?
So, okay, gosh, that's a whole story. So I got hired by, another job that I went for, and they told me I can't work weekends. And on the weekends, I was working that other job while I was working, right? So they was like, yeah, you can't work weekends. So I quit that job on the weekends, and they didn't hire me until like a month later, and they said, oh, you only have weekends off to work. So I was like, you guys made me quit my weekend job for me to only work weekends.
Yeah.
So I said, y'all can suck my dick. Can I curse? So I just never went back. I didn't say shit. I just did not go back. And then I heard that there was another opening. I had a friend at the time at the job who told me there was another opening there for like overnight and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. So then I went and I got the job and whatever. And I became an essential worker.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I saved so much money. it made me become like more financially responsible for sure.
It definitely, I know. Because when you see that bank account, you're like, oh.
Yeah, because on a day-to-day, we spend a lot of money just going outside doing nothing.
Yeah, pretty
like,
much.
On food and transportation, all this extra stuff. Just.
I never cooked so much in my life until the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's a good feeling though, right?
Every day I'm on YouTube figuring out, what I'm gonna cook.
Same.
I made homemade little I don't know the technical name for it.
Yeah.
I just call it fake pizza stuffers. Like I made my own little dough shit.
Oh, okay.
Through the sauce and the cheese and all that.
The pizza burrito.
Yeah. Listen, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like I started packing up lunch every day. Like I started packing up my dinner. Like I packed up a lot of food. Like, and I just saved. I saved like $100 a week just on food. Just on food alone.
Amazing. It's amazing. Cause in the morning time you spending like $6-7. You know, I mean, just for breakfast. Especially if you go to Starbucks, you're already spending $10.
Exactly.
On breakfast, lunch. It's $10 minimum, and then dinner is like whatever, you know. It's not even counting if you go to happy hour or something like that. Then you spending more money. You spending more money. So
that is true.
I wouldn't know about them things.
My condolences.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, you did tell me that. I forgot.
Yeah.
I've been out the loop for a minute. I don't know what's going on.
It's like 6 months ago.
That's half a year.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Not even 6 months ago, because I texted you probably like not that long ago, so it has not been that long.
We got 6 months left, yo. Could you imagine?
The 2020 season finale is approaching. Kanye is running for president. This is what 2020 has been about. The season finale is about. Listen, man.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. We gonna see.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Don't vote for Kanye. Don't vote for Trump.
Oh man.
That's all I got to say.
So
is it weird that I don't hate Kanye? Kanye's like that uncle, right?
I hate Kanye.
Kanye's like that uncle where it's like he does weird shit, but it's like, okay, this is a whole nother thing. Where like I know Kanye has made some interesting decisions for sure. I'm not gonna deny that.
Yeah.
But then I can't help but like think about
with the easy shirt on.
What, right? I can't help but think about like exactly, right? So the whole like him talking to Trump, right? Now I know that was like a shocker. A lot of people were like, what the fuck? Like, why are you supporting Trump? Right? But he stopped going crazy of supporting Trump right after he got the black woman out of prison. Right after him and Kim Kardashian got them out of prison, right?
Yeah.
He didn't really continue doing all this extra MAGA hat crap, right?
Yeah.
Right after. And then recently, he ain't say nothing. He just donated to the Black Lives Matter cause.
Yeah.
So I can't help but like be kind of like the devil's advocate in certain situations when it comes to Kanye.
Yeah.
Because like he just does controversial crap, but then like makes up for it later. So I don't really know sometimes what to like.
My issue with Kanye is when it comes to specific things talking about Trump or what shit that's going on now, I feel like this is the worst time to be confusing. That's my only issue with Kanye. I don't hate Kanye. I still feel like he's a musical genius. I still fuck with his music. The personal shit that he do, some of it is like, okay, that's Kanye. We expect it. Bush don't like black people.
Yeah.
We fuck with all that. The Trump shit for me hit different because it's like, all right, this came out of nowhere. There's no real explanation about it. Then, through all of that, then all of a sudden he drops a song, and then before that, like she said, he donated, but there's still no talking. There's no, like, it's still confusing. He's not confirming, nor he's not denying anything. Everybody's literally just running with the information we have. That's my only issue. When it comes to a time like this, bro, you gotta say, you gotta speak.
He's trying to say he should be more so a leader, like, we gotta do this.
Not even that, but just in his direction, like, let everybody know where you stand.
Yeah, I don't think he's big with a communication. I think that's very hard for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like just him explaining himself is just like I really gotta like put my hand like this, like okay, Kanye.
Yeah, gotta be like Woosah.
Yeah.
He's a Gemini, right?
Shots.
Listen, man, Geminis are difficult people, man.
But I'm curious. Somebody told me like yeah, Kanye for president, right? And I'm like, well, I don't really care if he's black. I just want to know his policies. Like, I don't care if he's black. I don't care if he's like, I don't care if you're voting for him because he's purposely controversial, so that makes you feel like you're important. Like, I just want to know his policies, and if I fuck with them, or if I fuck with them enough, or if the people he's running against, I hate them more than his policies, then I'll just go for him. Like, you gotta pick whatever you have.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta pick the best.
It just depends,
Somebody from the NFAC need to be president. I'm gonna put that out there.
Somebody from where?
NFAC. Not fucking around coalition. Black militia. You see the videos, man?
No.
Oh, you about to see live?
Y'all seen that black military from Georgia? It was a black military. Oh, that's what you're talking about? Yeah, that organization though, that's just round of applause. I've been talking about organization since the start. Like, we're very
they said
everywhere.
1,000 people showed up.
There's a lot of people. Like, I thought it was about to be like 100 couple people who just like think, whatever. It was a lot of people.
They was ready to go down.
I seen that. I said, whoever organized this?
Yeah.
Hold on, I want to get his name right. Grandmaster J. I don't know exactly where he's from. I don't know who that man is, but I'm about to find out. Grandmaster J, that's his IG. He does a live, I believe, every Friday and sometimes Thursday. He's like this whole thing is serious. Like, he's ex-military. The leaders of that whole thing are trained like real,
Shout outs to you.
And they said that like police barely even like try to like do anything. Like, they just watch from afar, like they usually do for KKK rallies. You know what I'm saying? Like, they watch from afar. They don't touch nobody. They don't do nothing. They have black men with guns. Like, that's like their worst fear. So like, they scared now for real.
He was ready. He was ready for war, man.
They scared for real now.
Definitely. Yeah. Talking about being ready for war, let's just jump in. How do you feel being a black woman in America right now?
Okay, so this question.
yeah.
Oh man.
The meat and potatoes, as they say.
Potatoes. Yeah. You know what? When people ask me that, it's just like the time. It's just like it's like kind of asking somebody like, I know this is gonna sound real weird, okay? But it's like somebody asking me like, how does it feel to be disabled? It's just like, well, I'm making it through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much that goes into it, and it's such a vague question that like you don't even know where to start. Like, it's like, okay, I gotta deal with being black, then I gotta deal with being a woman, then I gotta deal with being with a black woman in my own race. So it's just like, and then I gotta deal with colorism, then I gotta deal with this, then you gotta deal with that. It's just so much that goes into it. Yeah. It's just like, how you begin to answer that question? Like, ask me a more specific question.
No, I think for us, we purposefully asked you that question because it brings out, that narrative. Yeah, it brings up that narrative and that conversation for a black woman. To stress that these are the different issues that are affecting me as a black woman. It's not like a generic a Karen or a Kevin asking you, black in America, and it's just like, even if I explained it to you, you wouldn't understand,
But I think that's always the goal, right? To talk to other people who don't understand.
I mean, that is the goal, but it's
Okay, so let's start with the
Hold
whole
on.
Okay, go ahead.
We could start with something that we all familiar with, and then just have that lead to everything else.
Yeah.
So we worked at the same job. I'm about to say the name of the job.
I said it like 3 times already in this video.
And they said, talk about the experience there, and if you had any type of experience that had to do with, being a woman of color, being a woman in general. Like, what was the experience that you did? For those of y'all that don't know, she did security just like me and Lade did. Yeah. So.
Top flight.
Oh yeah, I definitely wasn't taking seriously. Like. That's just off rip. Like,
we can say that now that none of us was working there.
Yeah, like I was just there as a filler.
Wow.
Like, I was just there as a filler.
Wow.
Just to say that they have somebody working.
Dad, can you tell this person move? Dad, can you come tell this person?
Wow.
When I tell you, when I noticed that like when I spoken up, like nobody took me serious as far as customers and just people in general, I stopped trying. Like, I stopped trying to go as hard for myself. And that's why I always used to call Des, like, yo, Des, can you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got time. Because, like, if I say the same thing 3 times and you don't listen, I'm not going to exert myself for $16 an hour. I'm just not. Like, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where, like, I feel like punching this person in the face for $16 an hour. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you can come up, or somebody else can come up and do the same thing and say it one time and they'll listen, then okay. What am I stressing myself out for, you know? Although it was inevitable. Like, it was inevitable to, like, deal with interesting racist white customers.
Speak on
You know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, it's funny, it wasn't even, like, directly towards me. It was, like, more so, honestly, directly towards Kochek. Whereas, like, I defended Kochek when they had racist white customers. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they didn't want to. So, at our job, we had to, like, check in bags and coats and stuff. And a lot of the white women, honestly, like, yes, it was, like, white men there, but it was, like, a lot of white women specifically did not want to check in their purses because they think, like, we're going to steal, like, the money out their purse or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I remember this one instance, can I say employee names? No, I can't. Okay. I remember this one instance where two co-check people were there, and a lady came in with her husband and was like, you know, checking your bag and stuff. And she looked around. She was like, where? And it was like, right here. And she was like, I'm not checking my stuff in here. And then, you know, we get that sometimes because, like, it's people personal stuff, so we understand that part. But it was the way she did it. It was just like, I'm not checking myself in here. I don't know what's going to happen back here when I'm gone. And it's like, I'm standing here now, right? So I'm like, I'm telling the lady, like, it's fine. Like, I'm standing here, like, I'd be watching them. And she's like, no, like, I don't trust what's going on back here. Like, I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, it's just black people there, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the husband was actually like, it's fine, just put your stuff there, like, they have cameras and stuff. Like, she's like, no, like, I'm not doing, like, she was just so, like, she was so if you extra. Don't like it, then just walk out the store.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just walk out the store. But she was really just, like, so adamant about, like, not checking her bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, the husband was just trying to convince her. So she eventually did it. And as they shot and they left and she took her stuff back, whatever, the husband actually apologized to the co-check.
Oh, wow.
It was like, I'm sorry for, like, her behavior and whatnot, blah, blah. And they walked away. So it's just like, yes, I've seen a lot of, like, interesting, because I know, and I'm saying it's racist because there's certain people who would work at Kochek that people be more willing to put in their their stuff in without any question. Where it's like, yeah, and they're so nice to them, and it's just so extra, and then, you know, they're not black, like, you know what I'm saying?
The same person got checked for saying a certain word.
Oh yeah, of course. What? I remember one time we were singing a song. I say this all the time. One time we was all singing a song, and we was mad into it together, like, and, you know, the N word popped up, and I stopped. I didn't say it, and I looked at him to see if he was gonna say it, and he went like. He was like, certain and I
people,
looked, but I heard that he did, like,
certain people made him feel comfortable. That's what I would say. Certain people made him feel comfortable.
But I wouldn't say he's racist. I would say that he really wants to be black.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I get killed, you know, in conversations about that. Because speaking about somebody in particular, that's what I say. I don't know that person. I know the person trying to be somebody else, but I don't know him.
He's around black people all the time. Black people make him feel good, make him feel like he's part of a culture and part of, like, something important and whatnot. And, like, you know, he's around them so often, he picks up on certain languages and certain things, certain mannerisms and stuff like that. So it's like he wants to be accepted, most likely, from the people he's around all the time.
You know, it's good that we're talking about this, right? Because there are a lot of people out there who kind of, quote unquote, try to be black or pretend to be black, but when these situations happen, they don't want to speak up on, you know, black lives. They don't want to represent us. You know, you have, I think we talked about it before. You have all these, you know, IG models and stuff like that who love black men. You know, or the opposite. You know, they love black people. But when it comes down to speaking up, you know, they don't say nothing. And, you know, I would genuinely love to have a conversation with them, you know, and ask them, you know, like, what's the premise? You know, how come you're not speaking up? How come you're not saying nothing?
Or if you're not speaking up, are you doing anything on the side that we don't know about?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Fine. Like, I don't think, I honestly don't think, okay, so this is when I get controversial.
Speak on it. Let it out, man.
Honestly, I feel like during the George Floyd thing, I seen certain people who I know personally who are all about the whole Black Power shit that didn't want to put things up on their actual Instagram, maybe like their story, but not the actual Instagram. Like, people question their intentions and stuff, and it's just like, I can put up a black square, and that does nothing but make you feel satisfied real quick. Like that, it makes it look like I'm for the cause. Or I just put up a picture real quick and I'm for the cause, and you don't question me at all. As long as you feel good, like, and you see, you're like, oh, they're, you know, whatever. Which is fine. Like, people, you know, I know certain people gonna be like, oh, it spreads awareness and everything, but we all knew about it already. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all knew. Like, it wasn't a secret. You know what I'm saying? I even got like attacked on my Instagram. Yeah, but it was because I had commented on someone, a woman. She was twerking in front of the police officer, a black woman.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
And I had a different opinion on it. Now, I understood what she was trying to do. I put that in the comment. I said, I understand what she's trying to do.
All right.
She's trying to express black joy and how we're not fazed by it and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's something that you do, like, when you know someone has authority over you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, like, you twerking in front of a cop was like, all that cop did was get a show. And then you got a video, and then it got views.
It played into the whole
it was just like
entertainment thing. That's
I didn't really understand. I didn't really understand, like,
the circus.
Yeah, I didn't. I know that everybody has a different way of protesting, and I'm not gonna like tell somebody how to protest and how to whatever.
But is that really?
But it's just kind of weird that like I get it. Like, I get it. Like, you're showing your, like, I get it. But it's just twerking in front of a cop is just who all they see is ass now. It's just like how does that? The cop didn't go home and go, oh, these damn black people. He probably was dumb hyped to see that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like I just didn't understand really the point. Like, what was the point of it? Like, really, like.
Yeah, you gotta think, like, is it for us? Or is it just like a
views, like a video views type of thing to make
something
us
for
laugh
yourself?
Real quick? I guess, like, I don't know, but I personally didn't get it, and I gave them the benefit of the doubt again, you know, because that's like, I understand the whole trying to show joy for black people and stuff like that, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody had commented. A lot of people agreed with me in the comments, but this one person, she was just going in,
right?
Like, where's your picture? Where's your da-da-da-da-da? Where's your this and that on your page? Mind you, her page is private. My page is public. Like, you can see anything. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, I don't see nothing on yours and blah, blah, blah. She's going hard on mine. But I'm like, but your page is private.
But it's always
so how am I supposed to see what you're doing? And, like, you're, like, coming at me. And I'm like, you don't watch my stories. You don't know what I do on the side. You don't know what I'm about on a regular day. So I didn't understand, like, she was saying that. And it was just like, she was just spewing knowledge that had nothing to do with anything. It's almost like she just wanted to debate, but then be right and not hear nobody's.
And let's be real when it comes to social media. Social media. More people's in the fucking stories than they on the post. Yeah. I have nothing on my page. Yeah. Nothing. And I did that for two reasons. Because I'm on one shit there, and a lot of people don't pay as much attention to the actual page than they do the stories. That's just how shit is now.
That's true. That's
like,
true.
To me, it would have been no reason to even bring that up, because more people's gonna run to the stories anyway. The views in my stories be looking like I'm either being talked about or I'm talking shit.
Yeah, pretty much. And then everybody who is talking shit has a private page. You know, they have like 2 followers and they following like 1,000 people. It's like it always happens.
And I was telling people on my story too, where it's like, this is a trend right now, right? I'm not mad that it's a trend. I'm just mad that everybody, like, people are going after people who didn't say anything before. Like, you can tell this person wasn't about it, and like, because it became a trend and it became real radical, and then they started trying to beat down everybody else who wasn't as radical as they were.
Of course.
So it's like, because, you know, it's some people, like, since Tumblr times I've been about this. Like, since the first Trayvon Martin thing, when I had my Tumblr reposting all this extra stuff, finding out all these things, like, and my account wasn't out there as Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you wouldn't really know what I was, like, talking about or doing or whatever. And like I remember I went to go to a protest. My mom was like, "No, you're gonna die." So, and I was young, so she was just not with it. So I was like, okay, maybe that's not my thing.
Yeah,
like
so,
maybe I should just find out other ways to just keep informed and keep aware and like see what we can do, whatever.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just people are just funny.
Yeah, people are funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is like, you could just be posting whatever you want to post on Instagram, you know. But then on Facebook, you could really be going heavy. You can really go heavy on a, you know, or on.
What about people who don't have social media? My father don't have social media. He has nothing. I mean, he watches the news. He watches the news like every day, all day. It's and he doesn't only watch like the news that helps his agenda. He also watches news that goes against his agenda.
All right.
My father's the type of person, he wants to know everything. He wants to know all the information and who's right up in this area and who's wrong in this area and blah blah. Because even when you're even when certain news outlets are for your agenda, sometimes they can be radical in their own way.
Yeah.
So it's like you finding that balance in like each whatever, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But yeah.
The media plays a big part. Like, look at what's going on right now. Soon as the violent or radical part stopped, no news coverage, and there's still been protests.
Right back to Corona.
Like,
all of a sudden, Corona happened again.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
there's still thousands of people protesting all across everywhere, but you don't see none of it talked about on the news at all. And if it is talked about, it's some independent internet news source.
As soon as the news stopped getting newsworthy, they went right back to Corona. All of a sudden, there's a spike now.
Texas, they said they about to be back on a lockdown. Like,
Florida. Florida's always doing some more shit. But that's not nothing. They might mention Florida. They mention LA because Florida's their own country.
Yeah.
So
LA
and stuff like that. And it was just like, damn, what happened to all this spike during the protest? And I get it, like people like were outside, whatever. So I guess like that's where the spike came from. But like. That just didn't. They didn't even talk about Corona at all. Like it was like a little bit of Corona. Like it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it was barely anything there. Where it's like, what's going on now?
Racism beat Corona.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah.
Corona came, racism. So
like when a protest came out and everybody was protesting out and about, they said nothing about Corona. They said nothing about the pandemic. Nothing, you know, and then all of a sudden.
And if they did, it was like one little tiny loose, like it was like one little section, and then all of a sudden back to the protest. I understand that they gotta make something more important than the other, but it was just like it's just an extreme of each side. Yeah. There's no ever balance of one thing and the other thing. Like as soon as the violent protest stopped, the freaking Corona is now back into play.
Well, I think that higher ups, they have their agenda and they see that people are waking up to their agenda, so they're fighting and protesting against their agenda. So it's like a game of chess. You know, once you corner somebody, then it's gonna be hard for them to move and strategize, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that this is exactly what we're seeing right now.
Speaking about agenda, did y'all talk about the post already in a previous
What, from the job?
Y'all talked about that already?
Did we?
Elaborate.
About the whole Black Lives Matter post that our old job put up?
We kind of, but it was like vague. We didn't really want to.
Yeah, because we didn't comment on it. I was just kind of in there like that shit.
Yeah, we really didn't.
You was just in a sneaky sneak?
We really didn't emphasize on it because it's just like, this is something that we preached about while we were still at the company. You know, like we wanted equal rights for everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
As soon as we started having meetings about it, that's when they started firing everybody. Like as soon as they started to try to change stuff, they made us fake sign contracts and stuff, and then legit like maybe like 2 weeks later we all got fired.
And I forgot you was there for this shit too.
Yeah.
She was there for when me and this man was fighting, when we was having no meetings.
Yeah.
When we fought to have meetings.
Yeah.
To try to implement something. And I always repeated at the beginning of every meeting. Everything that I'm talking about is not even for me. It wasn't about me specifically getting a raise or getting promoted.
That's the thing. We didn't ask for more money for the shit that we deal with.
It was
we
about
just asked
security.
for the conversation at first.
It was about security having something to fucking reach for instead of us just being there just and
being
having
angry
nothing
every day.
Yeah. So
the reason why I guess you speak on it, but the reason why I didn't speak on it is because, number one, I just kind of gauge everything. And I pay attention to time and I pay attention to timelines. So I know certain things was going on IG. At the same time, we kind of, premiered certain things.
Okay.
So just off the strength of that, and I feel like everything that's being done is being done. There's no reason for me to,
continue
add extra on it. Whatever my opinion is, I speak on it like I do about everything. Yeah. But they know what they did wrong. They dealing with the backlash still right now. Like I always said, like I don't hate nobody there. I'm only upset at how I got fired. Like it's been a minute.
The way
like,
they went about it, which is like, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and it's now that we're talking about that, it's all contradictory to the whole Black Lives Matter. We support that, and this is what I was trying to let them know. If you really care about us, it was showing your actions. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't show up this way. And there's so many times where I try to talk to everybody within a company, higher ups, managers, security, everybody, and try to get everybody on the same page. The bottom line, we're not happy. And without me having to emphasize and go into details when they made that post, everybody who commented said something that I was going to say. And the icing on the cake is that it's not just happening within that company. It's happening with all companies. It's happening with Complex. It's happening with Vogue. It's happening with...
Everybody's trying to save face.
Yeah, it's been happening with Gucci and Prada for years. Louis Vuitton. It's happening. So you can't just come out the blue and then post this, whatever, and then take down everything that's on your stories, and then your next post that you go back on has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. It's just going back to your regular scheduled program. If that was the case, you should have never posted anything that said Black Lives Matter. Yeah.
They didn't want to lose sales.
I'm glad it happened because it showed that everybody that's been talking is not crazy. Yeah. Everybody that had a certain situation there or had a certain opinions or whatever it is,
it was bound.
Everybody got looked at crazy.
To blow up. Let's just say that, like. It was, you can see it coming. Like, when you're there, you can see, like, it was like everything was inching towards, like, this shit's about to blow up.
What I'm personally, and I don't want to say happy, but what I'm glad for is...
happy.
I'm glad that it's across the whole board.
Yeah.
Because it could have just been the New York locations, and that's it.
Yes, I seen that LA. And a girl that I follow who's actually an influencer commented saying the same thing. A girl with followers, like, and she has a lot of influence in the creative world in LA. Said the same thing. So I'm like, dang, even people out here know that? Like, this is crazy. Like,
the sad part about it is that, and I'll just speak for myself right now, is that when I spoke up, it wasn't to chastise the company in any way.
Because it had a lot of potential. That's the thing. That's the sad part.
Oh, of course.
It has so much potential to be a really great company. Like,
yes. And it's just like when we first started working there, it was a place where you loved because it was like almost a family company setting. So it was exciting to wake up.
The owner used to curse at me like.
I got cursed out by the owner's wife when we first met.
See, the owner's wife is different. The actual owner stood next to me one day and was mad about this white woman. It's not a racist thing. I just want to say that she's a white woman. But mad about a white woman who kept asking him a bunch of questions. I don't think she knew he was the owner. But he just kept repeating himself over, like, we don't have that. When are you guys gonna get it? When is it gonna happen? Just mad questions. And you know how he is, right? Yeah. So she was getting to coat check. She's still there. She's still right there. And we're like maybe like 5 feet away from coat check. He whispers, he goes, this fucking bitch. I was like, yo. And he goes, I fucking hate this town. Like, legit, he lives in that town though.
Yeah.
He hates his neighborhood. because of those privileged people there.
Yeah.
And I just find that so funny. Like, you're so aware. So that's how I knew for a fact it wasn't him. It wasn't him that was like, it was the people who, it was other people. Let's just say that. It was people who were under him, actually.
It was people who have no direct connect. This is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It was people who have no direct connection to the ones who was really doing something in the company.
Yeah.
And that includes managers who wasn't doing shit, floor managers, whatever position. There's a lot of people that was in certain positions and got the respect only because of the position, but wasn't doing shit. And people like us, who came in kind of, me came in kind of demanding my respect.
Yeah. Des came in strong. Let's just say that. Every 5 seconds, I'm like, just relax. Just relax, bro.
Came in swinging.
You came in ready, and everybody's like, yo, why Des is always dumb, angry.
Wrong one.
Like,
hold on. Stop right there, because that's the misconception.
Yeah.
And me and this nigga have a lot of, like, he know me. There's a lot of people that know me. I'm not this angry guy. Like, I smile and laugh more than people think.
Yeah, but just going back to what I was saying, everything that I spoke about to everybody there was just straight from love and wanting to see the company grow, elevate, become better, and flourish. You know, and this is what happened. You know, like, we try to get the mere fact that we just said that we fought to get security meetings is just like,
man, I couldn't even find my sick hours. One day I had a crazy fever at work, yo. I probably had corona at that time, to be honest. But one day I had a crazy fever, right? And I was like, I gotta go. Like, I'm gonna die here. It was so bad to the point where, like, it was a crazy sale, and they had me downstairs where nobody was at. Just so, like, I don't have to, like, talk to them too much. You remember that?
Go home.
Yeah, but everybody's just like, no, just stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be here by myself.
Kept telling her to go home.
But, so I called. I was like, yo, who do I call for my sick hours? So I asked somebody, I said, hey, you know my sick hours? She's like, oh no, you gotta email this person or whatever. Didn't give me no email, so I don't know who the person. I legit did not. The person wasn't even in the office at that time.
I think, so I was about to say that. I think that was at that time where we didn't really have that person there. You know, it wasn't really.
The person to email was. I don't even know if I say her name because I don't know her name, but the accountant lady.
Yeah, I think so.
That was the one that, because they told me email her first until the next person was kind of taking over.
But she leaves the office dumb early.
And don't answer the email for like 3 days.
I didn't even get the email. I don't even have her email, like, the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't get. It was just like, email that person. What's the email? So I just say, you know what? I'm gonna just sit here. That's fine. The day's almost over.
My thing was, when the email came, it wasn't for the new person. It was still for the old person.
There was a new person? I don't know what's going on. There was a new person?
Listen, man, this company done went through a lot of changes. A lot of changes that they just ain't telling nobody.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? They could have hired so many. There were so many creatives at this job, guys, that did so many different things that they could have utilized them to become a better company. But they were so in their own mind and in their own privilege that they decided to just wing it. Like, they were just winging everything. They didn't really care about, like, growing long term. They just cared about getting that money right now.
That's the only thing that was important. As long as they make the money.
Every company wants money, right? That's business. It makes sense. Business, they're about their money. But wouldn't you want to get more money than you have? Like, wouldn't that make sense? Like, so they'll just hire like a family member or some shit who's horrible at their job and can't even put a flyer up properly.
Ooh, I wanna say
and got misspelled flyers out and like wrong dates and freaking the photos on Instagram is whack. Sorry to the person who takes the photos. You're cool, you know, at the time, but. I'm just saying, like, the creative team that they had before was way better. I'm gonna be honest. They had followers and likes and comments and engagement. Creative team they had after, it was like maybe 100 likes, 2 comments. It was just like, there was no like growth.
It's like they didn't really know what to do exactly.
Yeah, they didn't care to know what to do. That's the problem.
And then when you pointed it out as for constructive criticism, it was almost coming off like you're hating.
Yeah.
You know, but
you're hating because I get more money than you, and like you're hating because you're doing that job.
Of course, of course.
My position is better, and it's just like, no, sis.
But the sad part about it is just like people are protesting and people are fighting for Vogue and Complex,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. They love taking ideas.
Yeah.
Which is the problem that we're having now with, this. We could call our struggle the real pandemic. With the Black Lives Matter, this is what we're having. Like we created everything. And you're trying to steal our ideas. And just use it for yourself, which is wrong. So many people of color have came into the establishment and try to bless it. Don't get me wrong, you do have some bad apples in a bunch, yes.
Yep.
We understand that.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of them. But you got to understand that, all apples are not bad, excuse me. Just like this whole thing, all lives matter. No, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter. It's the same principle, So, when it comes to that job, it's just like, there's no hatred from us. There's no animosity of us. We're just speaking about our experience and things that we've been through.
And then somebody is gonna say, y'all shouldn't talk about your personal experiences right now. This is bigger than that.
The personal experience
No,
has to do with what's going on.
The personal experience is legit about what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
this is personal.
Yeah.
The George Floyd thing is personal, which is why we're personally protesting against it.
Yeah.
It didn't make no sense as far as like your personal experience. Is like my personal experience as a Black person in this company says that they don't really care. They're just putting it up so you can get a quick like and people can think you're about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if two different states are saying the same thing, that means that how can you defend that? And then on the top of that, you defend it, but then in the corner, you low key are for us though. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you defend it in the company's comments.
Yeah.
But on our pages, you with us. You're with us and for us all too. You can't have two sides. You can't pick both. You can't pick both. And I don't hate the person I'm talking about either. I'm saying, but it's just, you don't. But I don't hate the. I feel
Listen,
like
respect and liking is two different things. I ain't got respect for him either, but
yeah.
I don't like him as in like he's a bad. I'm not even gonna say no names, but there's certain people who I'm gonna be real with you. I still don't think that they're bad people.
Yeah.
There's certain managers who I don't hate. I don't like one for specific personal reasons.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I still don't say he's a bad person or anybody's a bad person.
Yeah.
Everybody's clouded by comfortability.
Yeah.
And that's something that you might not want to accept.
Comfortability
or even,
and brands. Let's just say that.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, just to add more, that company showed me how there's so many people that's not used to what I just say as tough love.
Yeah.
I learned, one of the things I learned from the company is nobody knows how to translate help.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Going back to me using my personal relationships, me and this man are able to agree to disagree because we know that everything that comes out as far as what we say in the expression, we know is not personal. We know that it's to further help. So when I speak to him and I might speak in a aggressive tone, like, bro, you bugging, like, you mad telling, like, get on your shit, like, just like that.
Facts.
He'll know how to take that. With that company,
Yeah, you didn't take nothing.
it was the same thing. Because like I said, we always repeat it, like, yo, we don't hate.
Yeah.
I would have never met Janelle if it wasn't we wouldn't have this podcast if it wasn't
That gave me a lot of connections and stuff, like, with people. It was like a big networking job, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a big old networking job. But at the same time, I can't give them credit for that either, because I give them credit for putting me in the space of other creatives. But the actual job didn't really do nothing for me personally. Yeah. But the actual job made me meet people who did help me along my journey as well. Yeah. It's
a relationship, you know. Yeah. It's a lesson and a blessing. You know. You know how they say lessons or blessings? It's actually both. It's a lesson and a blessing. You know, we wouldn't meet, you know, these great dynamic people that I'm sitting with, and other people who we have mentioned and we will mention in the future. You know, so.
But as far as being Black women in America, yeah, just back to that.
Yeah, because you mentioned sorry to.
No, you mentioned what? What I
Yeah,
mentioned?
you mentioned.
That I don't got taken seriously. I didn't get taken seriously at the job.
No, in the beginning, you mentioned there was so many different sectors. You know,
Sectors, yeah.
variables. You said
Yeah.
there's sexism, there's colorism, there's being black in that own race. The black woman versus the black man. So speak on more about that.
You want me to speak more about that?
Yeah, like how do you
Alright, so this is topic one.
Yeah.
Alright? Let's just see the difference between protests for Breonna Taylor and protests between George Floyd. Just that in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all crazy and out there and blah, blah, blah. And like, yes, we're going to get the cops arrested and stuff like that. And we're still struggling to get the cops arrested for Breonna Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm personally, even me, I know more male names than women names. You know? I barely, I maybe know, two female names of police brutality. But I know about 5 male names of police brutality. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a different thing. And I feel like, in a way, this is going to sound bad, but I feel like black women should protest. And I know that sounds bad. But I just feel like black women were actually the creators, I think, right, of Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And black women are always the forefront of everything, the organization of everything. We do all of this. We fighting. We yelling at people. We doing all this stuff, putting our lives on the line to come home and have black men talk shit about us. So it's like, you guys want us to protest for y'all, but the same energy is never even reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, I feel like, okay, yes, it's good to protest to have as much people as possible. I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes it feels like you're protesting for someone who doesn't care about you.
Care about it.
Yeah. But I'm not saying all black men. But it's definitely an issue in the black community. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Talk about what we just mentioned about the girl getting tossed into the garbage can and laughed at.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that. We could talk about, the girl who got punched in the face because she didn't want to talk to the guy in Harlem. It's just
video.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could talk about that. We could talk
dude
about
that hit the girl with the skateboard.
We could talk about that. We could talk about the young activists who
the young activist who tried to find shelter from a black man who ended up raping and killing her.
Yeah, so
but she was going hard with the protest. There was a bunch of videos of her. We should find her name. It's Olawanka, something like that.
Yeah, Olawanka. I can't pronounce her last name.
I don't remember how to say it. I know how to see the name, but I don't know how to pronounce it properly.
Yeah, so we have so many women out there. I mean,
majority of women.
Yeah, we could even go back to Sandra Bland. All these women. Excuse me for not knowing all of their names. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I know it's hard when women, black women, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. Covering this dynamic, one to look up to the black man, but then a black man, goes out, and dates white women or dates, somebody of another race, and it's like more.
We can get into that too.
No.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I'm just stating that because it's just like more of a disrespect, to the black the black woman or the black queen, in a sense.
So let me say that majority of black women don't care if you date outside your race. Nobody cares if you date outside your race. They just don't like when you date outside your race but talk shit about black women. That's the difference. You can love whoever you want to love. Nobody's going to stop you. That doesn't make no sense. Like, if you fall in love with a white woman, an Asian woman, whoever you, Indian, whatever, nobody cares. But a lot of times when black men date outside their race, they talk shit about why they don't date black women. It's like, just don't date black women. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's stopping you from dating black women. But they just be so, angry at the fact that, you can say, you can ask them a question why you like white women? Like, why you like Asian women? I'm just curious. Like, is it because of culture? Is it because, like, that's who you was around often? Is it because you didn't see them often, actually, so you're kind of more intrigued by them? But the thing they'll say is, well, because I only fuck with black women because, like, and it's just like, that's not what I asked you. Like,
They try to
I just want
twist
to
the
know why
narrative.
you don't date, like, why you like Asian women. Like, I'm just curious about that. I'm not curious about why you, well, I only fuck with black women because they just be mad angry and shit, and like, why? It's just like, why do you keep mentioning us when it comes to dating other races?
Yeah.
And then funny thing is, they try to, a lot of black men try to find black women in other races though. So like they'll date a white woman who has, I'm not gonna try to stereotype black people, you know what I'm saying? But so they have, not every black woman has that body, you know what I'm saying? Not every black woman acts this way.
Yeah.
But we know the caricature of an African American woman, where it's like big boobs, big ass, ebonics, their mannerisms, what they do, how they dress.
Yeah.
So they'll go out their way to date a woman who resembles what a black woman might resemble as far as like how they dress, how they talk, but then like say they don't fuck with black women. So it's like, huh? It's like that don't make no sense. Like,
to me, that sounds like you want all the traits. And
you want
excuse
everything.
me if I'm getting a little off, but that sounds like you want all the traits without the color. That's how I take it.
That and people, they're more willing to take things from other white women. Like, so okay, even Spanish women. So like, say Spanish women's like, I'm about to fucking stab you, right? I'm just making an example. It's just a lighthearted example, right? Yeah. I'm gonna stab you and shit. Yo, she crazy, man. She crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? She crazy. You know what I'm saying? She a little spicy. What up? She crazy. Yeah. As me, a black woman, if I say I'm gonna stab you, yo, get the fuck out of here. You fucking, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a different narrative. It's different. They're more willing to take what someone on another race is telling them about themselves than actual black women. When black women say something, I could say something politely too. I could say something like, where it's like, I don't really like the way like you did that. Yo, you always angry and shit. Like, I don't got time for this. Like, yo, why y'all blah blah blah. And then another race says the same thing. I hate you. Like, I hate you. Yeah, I need to like, you know what I'm saying? They're willing to take more from other races. Mm-hmm. And a lot of black men too say that they date other races because they're more submissive. Whereas like, they know that a lot of the women probably won't say anything to them, even if they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, black women are not going to do that. When you're doing dumb crap, they're gonna say you're doing dumb crap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Other women might be like, okay, it's fine. Like, I don't like when you do that, but like, you know, I don't like when you do that. Oh, not that. I was trying to find a name.
That's a name. That's a name.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, Jerome. They would say that. I don't like when you do that, Jerome. But it's fine. Like, gosh, would a black woman be like, I'm not taking this shit. Like,
I like when you do
are
that.
You dumb? Like, nah. I'm like, are you dumb? Like, I'm not gonna deal with this. But we're angry though. Yeah. But we're angry, I guess.
Very. You know, that's a great way to
I wouldn't know.
But yeah, most black women don't care.
Being submissive.
Huh?
What?
They're not, but when they're
they're
angry,
being submissive.
They're not, but when they're angry and like when they have a right to be angry. That's what I'm saying. They have more of a right. A black man will take an angry Spanish woman over an angry black woman. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they will take more. They're willing to take more. I mean, a Spanish woman could literally
I didn't mean to like
burn
that,
the whole house down, and they'd be like, "I forgive you." Where it's like a black woman might throw some pillows around and be like, "Nah, I gotta leave. Fuck out of here. Like, I don't gotta deal with this shit."
Yeah.
So it's like they're more willing to take them being more outwardly angry than a black woman.
Yeah. Do you think it's because because black women challenge the masculinity in black men? Do you think?
Explain.
Where it goes to, you say the other races, the men feel more in control. They feel like the women will be more submissive. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it's a direct opposite? You know, in a black when a black man, black woman, you know, a black man might feel threatened for his masculinity. He might be feel threatened because he might not be able to be that alpha male, you know, to provide. You know, he might not be that person to take charge.
Okay, so this is like a circle, right? The circle just keeps continuing.
Yeah.
So it's like black women were taught to be the strong person, right? You're taught come out the womb, you gotta take shit and just take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like they bring that into relationships sometimes.
All right.
Whereas like they might bring that like I gotta be the strong black woman in a relationship too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie that it takes some submissiveness to make a relationship work on both sides.
I was just about to say on both sides.
But a lot of times, because black women are taught to be so strong and just take so much shit that we can't control. Like, just take everything you hit at it. So we built up that strongness. So when it comes to relationships, it's like being submissive means being weak. You know? And I will play devil's advocate for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like there is wrong and right in everything, you know? So yeah, let's separate that from the whole black man, Asian woman or white woman for being submissive, and let's separate that from a different topic from here, because I don't want to take away from that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take away from what I said with that.
Got it.
But yes, I would see like a lot of black women are like taught. They're taught to be so like. I'm not gonna, a little aggressive, a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, quite kind of aggressive sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Almost like to protect yourself, you know.
To protect yourselves, yeah.
Stand up for yourself.
But we're taught to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even in some instances, we're taught to take whatever a black man throws at us. You know what I'm saying? And then just engulf it and just take it in. So when it comes to like relationships and stuff like that, it's hard to be more submissive. I'm not gonna lie, and it's hard to find that femininity in us. But
I think it takes balance too.
It takes balance, you know.
Like, I'm an alpha male. I'm aggressive with certain things, and I'm stern with certain things. So the reason why I say balance is because I've dealt with women who's kind of strong like that, and you can take it as. To me, when you take it as a challenge, I feel like that's being simple-minded. That's you're bringing something that's supposed to be up here down to a childlike level in a sense. I took it as, all right, she's a little rough with certain things, which means I don't need to be rough with that. Let me kind of be softer so she can see that it's okay to be a little softer with certain things.
All right.
Certain things with your woman that you just not supposed to do, and you don't have to do. It's for outside. Somebody disrespect outside, you speak to that man in a certain tone, act aggressive, do whatever. But with your woman, some of those things is not really supposed to happen. That's why I always say, just kind of balance. Where she's strong at, don't make her feel like, she's too strong for it and she's doing too much. Lessen yours a little bit to balance it out. So she can see like, all right, I don't have to be this way with this man. Or whoever they choose to be with. So
Got it. Bars.
That is true. Because a lot of black men, like, when a woman's trying to be like, put their foot down type shit, you know what I'm saying? They come at you with the same aggression. Probably even more aggression. And it's just like, what? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
People.
People pay attention to, like, this is going to sound crazy. People pay attention to certain feelings too much. If hypothetical, if Janelle get mad right now and say, Dez, you pussy. Of course I'm going to be tight. But I know where it's coming from.
Like,
I'm a man. She knows I'm not going to hit her. So that's why certain things can be said, because there's a line that's not going to be crossed. As a man, we might look at shit like, who the fuck you talking? You call what? Certain things, depending on who they are, you're just going to have to sit back and take it.
And if you don't want to take it, leave.
Simple as that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and that kind of goes back to what we talked about before about these men that we see, black men attacking women. If a woman just tells you no, if a black woman, a black queen tells you no, then respect that and just leave.
they be getting dumb angry.
Yeah.
Fuck you then, bitch. I'm just going to the grocery store.
The word, like, I just wanted a sandwich, like, damn, like, and that dynamic, it really fucks it up for good dudes, it really fucks it up, for people who actually are desiring a black queen, desiring a black woman, and want to show her that it's okay, like, we can be in the struggle together, and we're hitting this wall. We're definitely not seeing eye to eye together. So.
And it also, just to go back to what Janelle was saying, it also has a whole lot to do with how you was brought up. And I'll bring that up, I'll bring that up because it has a lot to do with culture.
Yeah.
I'm not Asian. I don't know everything about that, community, that culture. But just through certain experiences at the job, I'll give you one example. Some girl, this Asian girl, was looking at a pair of shoes. And I could tell, like, she really wanted the shoes. She tried them on, looked in the mirror, like, she wanted the shoes.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, if you want them, get them. Like, treat yourself. Her reaction was like, oh, no. He spends the money. He's going to say no. It was just, like, super scary. So I can see how some coaches just might have, like,
that power.
Like, the men are just looked at as at a certain level over the women. Some coaches, the women are, like, all the way down here.
Black women don't do that.
And other coaches, the women are trying to fight to let you know, nah, motherfucker, we here.
Yeah,
so, it also has to do with the way someone was brought up, culture, and all that shit, man.
It's one thing to be submissive, but it's one thing for it to have, like, a tyrant in your relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's different. Like, you don't need a dictator.
Yeah, to feel like you have to walk on eggshells and stuff like that.
Listen.
Like,
he's trying to say something, but I'll say anything.
Yeah.
I just had to, I had to gather my thoughts. But it's just, I could just never, I know so many people in relationships, it's not even a black-white thing, Asian thing, I'm just talking in general. I know a lot of people in relationships where, they go into relationships and somebody owns somebody.
Yeah.
Whereas, I can never be in a relationship where, somebody feels like they own me. Like, for example, I know someone personally, but, maybe I shouldn't talk about this. But,
don't say the name.
Yeah, they're a very carefree person as far as, what they dress and stuff like that. The person who they decided to come along with their journey said that they can't wear the stuff that they can't wear anymore.
Red flag.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's it's just I understand that's how they met, and the person might be insecure about about that, but it's I can never let somebody's insecurities tell me what to do. I just can't. You can suggest maybe maybe that's just a little too much for this event right now.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's okay, if you suggest things, I might be more willing to be okay, he's right. He doesn't really tell me what to wear, so maybe I'm wilding right now. But
I was gonna say, for me, personally speaking, it all depended. Like that. What you just said is all dependent on the situation. I'm okay if a woman wears whatever she wants, but there's a limit. If you're going out looking just all naked and showing and revealing, and I'm
here's my thing. You know what's funny about people?
But it all depended on what it was. I would have to be in that moment, and see it, So.
But
Jamaicans love being naked.
So I'm Jamaican, so it's funny about that because the man will meet the woman while she's half naked and then be mad that she want to be half naked when they still with you. Why do people think that people are gonna change just because you're with? I understand that you think, oh, they're half naked because they're trying to get that attention from you, but most of the people do who they are. This is who they are. If they want to go half naked, if you meet a church girl who wears a skirt down to her ankles, she's not gonna start wearing crop tops when you meet her. You know what I'm saying? She might change a little bit to she might update her wardrobe a little bit, but she's not gonna automatically just start wearing crop tops and fishnet stockings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and the opposite goes with a woman. If she wants to wear a crop top, fishnet stockings with no underwear and just that, and you meet her like that, and you mad that she dresses like that afterwards, it's what did you expect to happen?
Then that's the problem. Then that's
now,
the
if you
problem.
met me being a church girl, and then I switched it up, then I can understand where it's who are you right now? Who am I dating?
Yeah.
You changed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that's where the fairness come into play as far as I can say something now.
Now to just play devil's advocate, it's also the same on the other end. A lot of girls meet hood dudes and get mad when they can't turn them into just suited up, intellectual whatever. Or they meet somebody that's super nerdy, but trying to have them have a little edge. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But I mean, we want to just kind of
I'm not gonna come in this and wear a suit. It's not gonna
happen. I like to switch it up though. I'm a switch it upper. You know what I'm saying? I like to.
I'll switch it up with a suit.
No. When I don't mean switch it up like suit wise. Like tomorrow, I might feel like dressing like naked. Like I might just feel like walking around looking crazy out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? But the next day, I might wear like some baggy sweatpants, long sleeve tee. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just who I am.
Yeah,
so I can understand like as far as like somebody might be like, oh, where did this come from?
Where did it come
like,
from? Yeah.
I've been like this.
Yeah.
But that's why dating is important, so you get to know the person.
See, and that's what I said. Like it all depends on the situation. You know, it all depends. You know, if the girls are going out with her friends, you know, she want to wear whatever. Go ahead, have fun.
Yeah.
Be safe, you know. But if we're going out, you know, together, you know, depending on where we're going, you know, then it's just a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have to see it and be like, you know, not saying that I'm gonna judge you and tell you, yeah, take that off. Yeah. But it's like
suggestions are okay.
Yeah. They're definitely suggestions.
Are okay.
You know,
you can't tell somebody to do something if they don't want to like do it.
Yeah, definitely.
In general.
My opinion on it, if it doesn't violate respect, then there shouldn't be no issue.
Yeah.
That's my only like thing when it comes to relationships. If you can look at whatever you wearing or be in whatever situation and say to yourself, I'm being respectful, then cool. I'm never gonna. This is me speaking for me. I'm never gonna be someone to step in and try to dictate what someone does or even dresses. And also has a lot to do with God being insecure. If you feel like you even have to constantly question that or look at it, or you feel like it bothers you more than it should, bro.
If even if she's a hoe.
No, it don't even.
And you mad at your hoe when she with you, and she mad at your hoe. It's just like
it could be that too, but sometimes it really be the dude just not used to certain things. Like, I'm not gonna say a name. I know someone who was with someone for I believe 7 years.
All right.
And the first 2 years, this is the dude telling me this. He didn't think it was gonna work because he wasn't used to having a woman that looked like that and was getting so much attention. So that's what I mean with the insecurity. Like, God be walking out with a girl and they'll be mad that, you know, a million dudes is hollering or whatever. But
looking at her,
you gotta look at who you with, like, you know.
I mean.
But that's the thing, like, she can't control that. Like, I actually dated somebody like that too, where they were upset that men were looking at me. But they were set at me though. Like I did it. But I wasn't even wearing anything crazy.
I mean,
when that happens in person, that's what you do.
You don't see the black queen right here?
Like, black queen. But I'm saying like, like I wasn't even wearing nothing crazy. I was literally wearing sweatpants, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was walking and somebody. It wasn't even nothing crazy though. They just looked and just kept walking. Where it's just like
free space on your shit, my fault.
Right? Got out in me. But they was just looking real quick, and he just started getting tight, like out of nowhere, and he just walked mad fast in front of me. And I was just like, "What's going on?" Of course, that's the reason.
Man, you put the arm around, you let it swing down, and
nah.
Come on, man.
So there was like, eventually I figured it out. He's like, "I just don't like people looking at you." Or it's just like, "Aren't you happy? Like, shouldn't you be?" If I'm with somebody and nobody looks at them,
it's a problem.
Like, damn, this nigga
problem.
ugly.
It's a problem.
Like nobody looks at you.
Damn.
Let's say nobody tries to touch you. Like I don't have no issue. It's just like, am I with somebody ugly? Like what's going on? Not that I would care, but I'm just saying in general. Like you should be happy.
We would all care. Let's be real. Let's be real.
You should be happy that people want what you have. That means it's a reminder that what you have is good.
That's good.
Certain things that you can't see like for yourself, you're gonna look at other people for confirmation. So when you're walking out with this girl or you're walking out with your dude, and to you they super attractive, you're gonna look around like who looking.
But the thing is
it's
that
natural.
Yeah, I was just about to say that it's just a natural thing to look at people. Like we're humans. Like our eyes are just.
If I honestly, if I see someone who's attractive, my natural reaction is to look. But I'm never gonna be disrespectful though. It's never gonna be on something like, oh my god, who is that? Like,
appreciate
oh
it.
my god. Shut up. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, who is? I'm not gonna do
she
like.
On you a little
but
too.
Cause he's on my side. You're like only up here. But I'm never gonna the person I'm dating is gonna see this and be like, oh word? Nah, but I'm never But nah, I'm never gonna like be disrespectful. I think it's naive to deny that you see attractive people. in the world. There's beauty in the world. You're gonna see it. It's not gonna. You
See
can't lie and say.
every day, man.
That's the thing. You're not gonna. You can't lie and say like you don't see them. But it's just like, don't be disrespectful. Don't be trying to break your neck to see the action shit when I'm with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when I'm not with you, I hope you don't do that. But you know, I know that men do it anyway. It doesn't matter.
It's all about.
But it's all about respect, exactly. So
y'all do it worse than we do. Y'all just more discreet with it.
What you mean?
Ah!
What are you talking about?
Listen, if a dude see a woman with a nice back end,
I might look with him.
Some dudes is like just super on it.
I like that.
Some is a little
that.
casual. That's fire too. But women, when it comes to other things, sometimes y'all just
like if the guys wear sweatpants. What are we talking about here?
you said it. Man.
Y'all ain't want to say it?
Winter time is coming.
No, shut up. I don't know about that. I mean, like if it's like seeing a booty. Like if it's in your face, your natural reaction is to look. But I'm not gonna stare though. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like if it's in my face like this, like if I'm on a train and like somebody standing up, and I'm gonna be like, oh my fucking god, like.
Stand clear for the closing doors, please.
Like, why is this in my face? Like, what the hell? But yeah, if a girl's ass is like right there and you on a train and you're like, where you supposed to look?
Yeah.
You're like.
And let's be real. And I've been told this by a woman.
Mm-hmm.
This is a woman that told me this. She said sometimes a girl's ass just be too fire to not look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So it be like that for men too, man. You know.
It's the way you do it.
Big facts.
It's like if she's walking by and I don't see it,
I'm gonna be real with you.
and I turn around and you like this, I'm like, what's
yeah.
wrong with you?
Me personally, I don't believe in breaking my neck. Once it's behind me, it's a wrap.
But if she coming and we both looking, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he looks, he has his satisfaction. But if he's still staring, after some time, it's like, all right, this is getting crazy. Like, like you look like you want to go up to her low key. Like,
what if he's in deep thought? What if he's trying to like really think on whether the ass is real or is it not?
You ask me.
Sometimes it takes some. How would you know? You would have to stay a little extra hard too.
But if we're both looking and you walk by, that's when you try to save face and say, yo, you think her ass real? Now we both looking again.
But what happens? What happens if?
But you don't just look, and it had me wondering why the fuck you looking at her for so long.
What happens?
Communication is key, Des.
Yeah, but what happens if he don't ask you because he know that might start a problem between y'all two? So what happens? He don't ask because I'm verbal. I'll ask. I don't care. But what happens if another guy be like, you know?
You guys had you guys had instances where like you guys both look at somebody's ass and then you ask her, is it real? And she's like, I don't like when you do that.
No, I've had a girl tell me that.
She said, I don't like when you do that.
Yo, you think that shit real? Like I've never. Like,
but have you had experience where you look at a girl's ass, you guys are both looking, and you go, yo, you think her ass real?
No.
And she gets tight?
I'm not telling her like that ass is real, but I had an incident where I'm looking at a girl and then, you know, like the girl, she didn't verbally say like what you're looking at, but her whole demeanor changed, you know, because I was looking at the other girl, you know.
Did you mention her demeanor? Did you mention like oh my, like if you seen her reaction? Did you acknowledge her reaction? Or did you just try to like make it fly by until it blew up later on?
Nah, I try to just not say nothing until like she bring it up, because I knew that if I brought it up to attention, it would have been a whole big thing. You know?
I think that's the key thing too. Sometimes with certain things, and I don't even know how the fuck we got crazy to this conversation. There's certain things that you need to leave up to the woman sometimes. And kind of just follow the woman's lead with certain things. Because women look a lot. Women look at women a lot.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, my thing is, you know, let the woman lead. She look, you know it's okay for you to look. It's like the whole thing that they say with threesomes. Let the woman bring the girl in. You know, so some things you just follow the woman's lead on, man.
Yeah.
If she look, it's okay to look. If she ain't budging, my nigga, keep your head up. You know, just...
No, Dad, you been looking for dumb home. And then she was like, you looking in it. You can hold the ass.
Like 2 hours. like two.
Like two. Demeanor gonna change. It's like, why are you so into it? Where it's like, if you go like, oh shit, like.
I mean, I wasn't like, But I was just
Alright,
like,
so pretend like I'm her, and the ass walked by.
Like-
How was your reaction?
be like,
Were we talking before? Like, were we talking and she walked by and we stopped talking?
nah, it could be like,
We was chilling?
yeah, just like we chilling on the train or whatever, we chilling.
And then a booty walked by.
Yeah, and then the door opened, came in, I'm like, you know, she look at me, I look at her, and then I look back at you, and then train closed, we keep going, and then boom, dynamic. You know?
But y'all made eye contact.
I mean, at times there's been occasions where we made eye contact. There's been occasions where we didn't make eye contact. But I didn't. It wasn't no like.
It'll be
winking
rude.
and shit.
It'll be rude to not make.
What
eye
did she say
contact.
when she brought it up to you though? Do you remember?
Oh, it was all like. It was more like a oh, you be talking to other girls, sort of thing. It wasn't like, oh, I saw you looking at the girl.
So she was most
It was
likely
inconvenient to
insecure
me.
about something. Maybe I don't know if she's seen. You know, I don't know that situation. So, but she was most likely insecure about something already before that. And then when she saw you looking at the girl's ass, it triggered her.
You're looking back at it now, yeah.
Yeah. So most likely something in your part. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I don't know you're wrong or right because I'm in a situation. But if you were wrong,
Yeah.
there was something that needed to be addressed way before that, and you didn't. Nobody would address it.
You're looking back at it like, yeah, I see where I could have stepped up, you know, as the man, and you know, be like, yo, like, there's no intentions, you know, I'm with you, yada yada yada, X, Y, and Z definitely not gonna happen because I don't play by that.
Life is like IG.
You came out of nowhere with that one.
Even some of the because I hear y'all talking like even some of the shit you double tap
My elbows are shiny.
might not represent what you want. That's the reason why I say life is like IG. Because a lot of women, going back to what you just said, a lot of women do operate off of certain past experiences or having certain insecurities.
Yeah.
So when they see something, it jumps to the worst of that situation.
Yeah.
When it can really be simple and all you're doing is just like you look. Women, that's why I say women are just more discreet with it. Women, you're lying if you're a woman and you say you don't notice attractive men. Even if you're in a relationship, it's okay to notice other attractive people.
Yeah.
It just goes back to respect. Make sure it doesn't go beyond just you acknowledging someone is attractive.
Yeah. That's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, kind of. Woo!
I don't even know how we got there, but
Yeah.
we got there just to kind of
Sum it up. Yeah, as far as being black in America, back to that. I don't know. I just feel like when black women look for validation in other people, I feel like that's when we start becoming, we don't need to always speak about everything. Sometimes we just gotta let those people fall on their own. I'm just talking about in general. Alright? A lot of black women, we feel like we always got to protest everything. We always got to say everything that's happening at all times. And it's just like sometimes it's okay to just let it go and let other people step in. You know, you don't always have to be the strong black woman. It's okay to not be strong. You know what I'm saying? Black women deal with mental health same way. We do all this extra stuff. If that's not how you fight, and if that's not for you, then don't let it be. Don't force it. That's it.
One thing I want to add to that, this is something that I said before, but I want to stress it just because what you said. Specifically to all the black women out there, all the women of color that feel like men don't stand up for them the same way they stand up. Going back to what I said in the previous episode, check your circle. And I don't mean in the regular hood way, like you want to put somebody in place, whatever. No, really spend time to analyze and check your circle. Yeah. If everyone isn't there doing the things for you that you go out your way to do for them, and I'm not talking about little things like buying lunch, I'm talking about real life issues. Yeah. As a woman, if a man around you who claims you as a sister, family member, best friend, whatever, if that man can watch you go through whatever it is you're going through and not try to step in when he can, I'm not talking about emotional issues or internal. I'm talking about the blatant in your face disrespect. There's a lot of women that get disrespected daily, whether it's being touched inappropriately, talked too crazy. Just y'all deal with a lot across the board, and I'm always staying firm on that. Check your circle. If a man who's whatever to you is not going to stand up for you when certain things happen, that's not a man to have around you. No matter the skin color, that's not a man to have around you.
Also, other men need to check other men. For sure.
Bars.
When a lot of circles, they see their homie will say some wild shit and just laugh it off. Knowing that their homies is saying some crazy shit right now, like, or doing something and they see it and they kind of just like, oh, that's just him. That's just him. You know, men be men. Or it's just like, and then later on, when he's caught up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have stopped something from happening, you know? We honestly had to check each other.
Yeah, I think the key word is just accountability.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There was a post that I seen on IG and it said, how come everyone knows a woman who got raped or something along those lines, but nobody knows the rapist? Like, we all know a woman who's been raped, molested, or had some kind of traumatizing event when it comes to that. But we don't know none of these dudes. So going back to what she said, check your niggas, man. Check them.
And I like how things are coming up to surface now because of technology and social media. I know that this is I know certain topics might be extremely difficult to speak upon. However, speaking about it is the first step, you know, and I strongly encourage, you know, my black sisters, black women, all women, but this episode is focused and especially for black women to just speak about, you know, the different things that affect you, whether it's mental health, whether it's harassment, whether it's equality, injustice. Speak about it. You know, there's always somebody willing to listen to you and help you out. If you feel like you have nobody to talk to, hit us up, man. Hit us up. Shoot us a email, TheyFiredUsNY@gmail.com. Instagram is TheyFiredUsNY, and we can get back to you.
Facts.
Bars. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna end it here. It's been heavy. We spoke about a plethora of things. We hope that you know. We hope that
you had a very talkative guest today. Appreciate that.
Hey. We're gonna be doing some more episodes with her, so stay tuned. You can find out more about her lifestyle, what she does for a living, etc., etc. And we hope to see you there. Until the next episode, I go by the name of Lade.
Desmond Bonet.
Our lovely guest, Joyce.
I want you to introduce me. Yes, thank you for having me. This was very fun because I like chatting. So this is good. You know, we got a lot of topics out there and stuff like that. So, and I think we made our point across.
Think so too.
Yeah.
Think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that.
So without further ado, I think we should hit them with the remix, man. I think the remix really needs to be heard right now.
I don't think Joyce wants that. She's like, nah.
I'm curious. Let's go.
You don't want the remix?
I'm about to start.
Come on, Lade. Come on. Let's hit them with the remix. Like, you want to start over All Happy Days and then lead into it?
Clean vocal cords.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh man.
Looking like the Johnsons.
I said, peace, tranquility, roll up the weed and get high. I said, peace, tranquility, roll up the weed and get high. I said, peace, tranquility, roll up the weed and get high. Peace, tranquility.
Okay.
Roll up the weed and get high.
Remix, I said
peace, tranquility. Roll up the weed and get high. Parkway. Roll up the weed and get high.
That's like the Caribbean, huh?
Roll up the weed and get high, man. Remember. Just because you fired him, then you got to fire yourself. Once again, I go by the name of Desmond Bonet.
I go by the name of Lade.
This is Choice.
This was a special edition of
TheyFired Us. Peace.